I love what you said about financials versus financing. And financing is probably what one function within your organization looks at. Financials is going to be what you as the CEO need to keep your finger on the pulse of.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So a tool that I kind of shared with individuals that I've worked with is creating an action plan. Okay, and within that action plan, it's just basically take a spreadsheet and just basically identify the different departments within your company. Yeah. And again, just Google business fundamentals and you'll get, half a dozen different departments like, sales and marketing, you'll get finance, you'll get human resources, you'll get operations, and so on. And identify these on the spreadsheet. And then add to each one of these headings a to-do list. What have you recognized in there? So depending on your experience level, if it's very basic, it could be simply that when it comes to, under sales and marketing, it's basically, research a book to introduce myself to the conversation of sales and marketing. That's a to-do. Okay. And then you'll probably find, depending on your experience level, you might find that you have to do that with all of the different departments. And to me, ideally, this is done before you've actually purchased a business or purchased a property. But it's never too late to start. And to spend some time then by first identifying the different departments and then identifying or sitting with them on a weekly basis, just reviewing how you've done there. So did you read that book? And now that you've read the book, now what other actions can you identify now on the spreadsheet that you need to take? And it could be something that, further on in the spreadsheet, right? So you would have the category of the department. So in this case, let's say finance. And then under finance, it's basically to acquire a book or listen to some podcasts or both. And then in the next category, it would basically be the time horizon. So when are you starting that action and when do you have it? When will that action be complete? And so, if you did this for each one of these departments and you're starting from wherever, like in my coaching, I enter the conversation from where you're at, not from where I'm at. So, depending on your experience level is where we are going to, start our dialogue. And so it's the same thing with this action plan. It's based on your knowledge and experience that you would then, enter that conversation on this action plan as to, what are the things you need to be doing. And then, as it expands in time, then basically what there would be on there is, updating the budget and updating, our cash flow projections and so on. And again, it would identify the time horizons. Then this is something that you can just review on a weekly basis. And you got to be honest with yourself. That's where the self-awareness kind of comes into play, is sense that, heck, I didn't do anything there. Yeah. Am I going to do better next week? So now after you've gone through this routine of telling yourself you're going to pick up the book and you're going to go and, educate yourself, or fast forward, you already done that part. And now you're saying to yourself, you're going to develop a budget or update a budget. And you're seeing those timelines kind of going by and you update it and again, it goes by and you update it and again, it goes by. And that's when you as a CEO need to appreciate and recognize that you're not fulfilling your responsibility in that area. And now it's time to delegate it, right? Yeah. And that's where you then, would look at hiring somebody that can help you. It could be even your accountant that just basically helps you create some accountabilities for you that, and they can be part of that team that could now create maybe that budget for you and now help you review it on a quarterly basis or annual basis or whatever you've determined as being the timeline you need to be doing. And so to me, it's like there's the kind of the 3 Ds, right? You're either doing it, you're delegating it, or you're dumping it. It's like that to me is my action plan. It's like there's no procrastination around any of this stuff.